you should behave anyways. Don't behave just because it's on record. What? I hope not. No, I don't want to. I'm not really going to record kids.
Like, are you gonna have to reset the whole lecture? If somebody says that you have no socks on, you have to restart the lecture.
Someone says I have no socks on. No, Oscar. I'm just going to let people hear me flame you later.
Oh, I remember.
I'm going to make. I'm going to make sure that when I fry you and point out how chopped you are, all of the internet hears it. All right, so it is Unit 4, Day 2. It is funny, though, that I'm recording this while I'm wearing this dumb Grinch sweater. It's really funny. But it's kind of fitting. All right, so it is December 17th, 25. We have, after today, 4 classes left together. So we are almost done with our semester. Kind of sad. I won't lament too much about it. But I'll be sad for... Yeah, you get it. All right, I'll be sad about some students, others not as much. We have 4 classes left together. One of the things that we're going to do today is practice our kids' Bible so that you guys know all the components. It's due on the 9th.
What are we supposed to do on the next day?
You haven't done anything? Wait, has anybody started it? All right, tell you what, I'll give you, how about I give you 3 months to do it?
You already gave it to us.
Oh, we wasted our time. Yeah, no, it's not something you do in class. I said, it's something you do at home.
Wait, what percentage is it of our grade?
In a little bit, I'll put a 0 in so you guys can see your grade fall with the 0. It's worth 10% of your semester's grade. It's...
Bro, are you slow?
It's bad, yeah.
Talking about something that's 10% bad.
I will say, with the grade you have, you will fail the class if you don't do it. Yeah, that's how, yeah. It'll drop you down to that point. Yeah, if you get a 0...
How was that possible? Are you dumb?
Yeah, because if you get...
That's not 0%.
All right, let's say this. I'm just going to put a 0 in for everybody. Well, all right, so Josh has a 101. If Josh gets a 0 on this, he drops down to an 87.7. Okay, he can tank that. None of y'all are Josh. You don't have 101.
Wait. What about Gloria King Donut? Bro.
Okay, so no, let's say this. Mari was asking. She's got an 85.87. All right, so if you get a 0, if you don't do this, Mari, oh, you know what? You get a 74, so you'd still pass. Yeah, well, then you still have to pass the final. So, yeah. I can't check. I'll check everybody else's later, but this at least should show your grade will drop a lot. You have to do this. So today, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about Lamentations. I want you to take notes about this because it's something that we need to do for realized people, right? To be interesting, good people, lament is valuable. So we're going to talk about the value of lament, and we're going to talk about it as we talk about a book called Lamentations. So if you got today on the final exam, you would talk about Lamentations. This is a very important book. I think it's one of the gnarliest books of the Bible because it discusses women being raped, towns being slaughtered, people having to eat their own babies because they're starving to death in the streets. Right? That is what's happening. Lamentation is a very honest book. Very honest book about grief. About grief. It's poems about experience of the exile. This whole book is about somebody that witnessed and was there during the Babylonian exile. So if you were to give like some background knowledge to somebody that they have to have, maybe you would say this is what was going on at the time. Or maybe if you were me, you would say this is what lament is. Like that's the thing that I would think is this is what lament is and why we should do it. Right? So lament, let's talk through this. We talked about it a little bit last class when we talked through Job. Lament is public grieving. Public grieving that demands justice. That demands justice and trusts God will provide. So lament, public grieving, it is inherently public. It is something to do publicly. And it is something that is angry. It has real feeling to it, right? It's not devoid of emotion or anything else. When we lament, we should be public about it, right? Now, we can still be careful of who we let in on this, but part of this is that it demands justice and trusts God, right? It goes out to God, and as you guys just did this reading, one of the things hopefully you caught is it's not accusing God of being unfaithful. It's actually trusting that God is faithful. And it's saying, God, you are so good that when I demand this justice, I know you will meet it. I know you will give it to me because you've promised it, and you are right. It also, lament lets us share with a community. Lament lets us trust and share with our community. So here's the thing. Lament is not something, I don't know how many of you guys in your churches practice lament. My churches that I've been at historically, this is going to be surprising to you guys. I don't know if you know this. I am white, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so you know what's, this may be shocking. I've gone to white churches all my life. That's super shocking, right? I know. So my churches, we're typically not very good at lament. In white churches historically have not been great at this because we haven't always experienced it, but also because we want to be private and say, no, you have to just share privately, be private. Like, this is one of the strengths. Lament is one of the strengths of the African American community of black churches. They are especially good at this, partly because there's more practice in it, right? But they have trust in community. So here's the example: is in 2020. I don't know if you guys remember 2020, how old you were. You're like 9, right? Or you're 8 or 9, maybe 10. Okay, you're like 6 or 7. Real clever joke. So, all right. When you guys were that age, right? Do you guys remember all the protests when George Floyd and Breonna Taylor were murdered by police? Right? Police in Kentucky and police in Minnesota. Guys, the police murdered people point blank. All right, execution style, murdered George Floyd. It's a serious thing, and the black community was rightfully angry, right? It became a community's pain, not just one person's pain. It became something that everybody felt all together because everybody was represented by it. That's lament, right? Calling out the injustice and anger and saying, we are mad about this thing. We are upset that this injustice exists. So this is something we need to do in practice and be together. That's what the book of Lamentations is, right? It is somebody saying, where is the justice in this? I don't understand. It's somebody being confused. Somebody crying out, right? And as another example of what it looks like to be bad at this, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I shared some of this last class. When I was in my 20s, I struggled a lot with depression. And I had a friend that I looked at. We had gone to college together. We graduated college together. At that time, we were pretty good friends. And I was in grad school working on my master's. And I said to him, hey, man, I'm really struggling. I think any day now I'm going to kill myself. And that's honestly what I said to him. I just said, I think I'm going to kill myself any day now. I don't know. At some point, it's probably going to happen. I'm just ready to commit suicide. And his response to me was, go pray some more. You clearly don't have a right relationship with God. you need to pray some more, stop being anxious. And I said, I'm not anxious. I do have a good relationship with God. I'm studying to be a pastor. I just want to die. And he said, go pray it out. Right? Stop being a baby, basically. That's bad, right? What he should have done is he should have said, I will sit with you in this pain, and I will cry with you and pray with you and be together with you and acknowledge that's unfair and sucky. He didn't do it, so we're not friends, right? Not a very great person for me to be around. I didn't want to do that, right? If a social worker if you were to share that with a social worker, they would support you and help you because that is their job, is to be lament with you, right? To sit in the pain with you. So when we talk about these serious topics, that's what we're supposed to do, is sit, right? If we claim that we are Christians, we're supposed to sit in grief with people. We're supposed to wait, to wail, and to be with them. So we're going to practice some of this reflective work. We're going to talk about some of this reflective work today and do it, right? It's something we keep private. I'm going to allow you guys the privacy in that. When we do this work, we're also going to work through how do we explain this to a little kid. Because if you're showing a 5-year-old kid the book of Lamentations, you're going to need to rewrite it. So we're going to do that. We're going to watch this Bible Project video. And then, so we'll watch the Bible Project video. And then from there, I need you guys to take notes. Your exit ticket questions will come from the Bible Project video. And then we will work on a kid's Bible version of Lamentations together. We'll read them out loud. And we will go from there. All right.